Hey everybody, welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. My name is Jake. I just got home from work and it has been a hot past couple of days. I, to be totally honest, have not gotten much done the past 2 or 3 days. Today it is, or currently is 96 degrees here in southwestern Connecticut. And that is the actual temperature. That's not like what it feels like or, you know, accounting for the humidity or anything. It is a real 96 degrees, and it has been pretty brutal. Tomorrow is Friday, and I think that is supposed to be the final day of this first heat wave here of the summer 2024. It's appropriate. Today is the summer solstice, so I think that means it's the longest day and, you know, the actual beginning of summer. So 96 degrees is pretty appropriate. So I said I haven't gotten much done. We're probably not going to get a whole heck of a lot done today, but we're going to try. By golly, are we going to try? Let me show you what I want to at least attempt to get done here today. So if you guys saw the last video, it was on the new, removable, replaceable doors that I made for the IBC totes, only for while I'm filling them. And a lot of people said that they really liked the idea. They thought that it was potentially the best idea for a temporary door that they have seen thus far on YouTube. Super simple to make, super cheap to make, really easy and quick to install and take out. So if you didn't see that, I will put a link to the video up above. After I finished making that video, I took it upon myself to finish splitting all of the pile of wood that was here, and then my tree guy called me up and he said, hey, I got a small maple tree that I'm taking down and I have to cut up all of the wood. Do you want it? And I said yes, but only if you cut it to 16-inch pieces. And he said, well, what if I cut some of the smaller diameter to 32? And I said, okay, that's fine, I'll take it, but the pieces gotta be 16. And I think he did a pretty good job. We definitely have some pieces here that are 32s, but I really only see like 2 of them, that piece right there and that piece right there. Oh, and a third right here. So 3 cuts to make, and we can get this stuff split up. I think that's pretty reasonable goal for today. But as an added bonus, when I got home from work, I went inside, and Sarah is working from home today, and she said that she has pretty much wrapped up her day, and she was like, hey, do you want some help out in the wood yard? And I was like, really? Are you serious? Today of all days is the day you offer to come out and help me? And she said, well, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not really doing anything. And I said, okay, give me about an hour to get things ready. I'll cut up some more wood, and maybe we could fill up 2 totes. So we got the cutting area all cleaned up real quick, just with the bucket on the tractor. I went ahead and threw back on the forks. Now I know for those of you that are new to the channel, it's been probably like, I don't know, about a month or 2 since I've actually done any cutting on the log pile, because I had amassed that huge pile of wood from the old log pile, and then we started building, and stockpiling new wood here. So for those of you that may have not seen one of the older videos, the way that I found to be the most productive for the equipment that I have and the layout that I have and the amount of help that I have, which for right now is just me, I like to put the forks on the tractor, and I'll come in and pick up 2 or 3 logs with the forks with the tractor, and then I'll set them down over here where I'll have the excavator staged. I can then mark all of the logs with the Mingo Marker, which is a great super fast marking tool. I'll show you that in a little bit. I can pick up each log, spin around with the excavator, and cut and start building up my pile. And as the pile gets bigger, I just move the excavator back, and so on and so forth. All right guys, we got the logs all laid out and ready to go. I just wanted to take a second here. Mingo Marker was nice enough to send me out a brand new Mingo Marker. Now, I didn't need a new Mingo Marker because my old one still worked perfectly fine. I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised that this thing hasn't broken over all the years that I've used it. This is the same original one that I bought way back when. I'll try to find the link to that video, but it had to be like one of my first 100 videos that I made, and this thing is awesome for the way that I do firewood. So like I said, they were nice enough to send me out a brand new one. We're going to be using it here today. I just got a fresh can of paint in there, and there is one thing I wish they would do on that, and that is make a little mark. You can see here on mine, I drew like a little line on each side to indicate just exactly where the spray paint nozzle is on the thing, because when you're just looking at it like this, and if you know how to use it, you have to back it up to the edge of your log. It would be nice to have like a little visual representation of where that spray paint nozzle is. So simple enough to fix. I just take a paint marker, same ones that I use to mark my totes, and I just draw a little line on each side. Simple as that. No big deal. I mean, you could do it yourself just like I am. Let that dry, and we're good to go. So if you guys haven't used one of these, I highly recommend it if you get your logs in log length form, because it literally just takes as long as it does for you to walk down the side of your log. The log is marked. There's no fiddling with sticks or zip ties going down the log, making little marks, stuff like that. Just walk down it. There's a nice bright, spray paint spot on your log, and you can get to cutting. So let's see how this brand new one works. Hopefully it works just as good as its older brother. There we go. Got our two totes centered under the conveyor. Our new, temporary grate doors here all lined up. Sarah just got down. We're ready to get splitting.
Ready to go.
So you haven't been out here much lately, but you chose a hell of a day to come out, huh?
I know. I don't know why I chose today, but can't turn back now.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Normally, filling up 2 totes only takes about half an hour.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm giving you 30 minutes.
30 minutes, then maybe we...
sweating and I haven't even moved.
Oh yeah, you're telling me. But so what did you think about what you saw with me picking up the logs with the excavator and cutting them and moving all the rounds and stuff? You haven't really seen me do that yet, huh?
No. What I was thinking was it's quite a procedure to start splitting. Like, it's not like when I'm like, all right, let's go. There's a lot that has to go into it beforehand.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it because I'm filming, and there's a lot that goes into it because I didn't have any wood cut up. This is all wood, mostly, that I just cut up this afternoon in like that roughly hour. And obviously I was also filming and playing with the drone and stuff, so. Yeah,
I guess the excavator is helpful. I mean,
yeah, you don't...
You could do it without an excavator, but...
Oh, guys, leave it to the wives to tell me how to do my job. We obviously all need an excavator to do firewood. Am I right? Well, you're getting off easy today, kid.
I am.
Guys, I just made a little mistake here. I broke the Eastonmade. Now, don't be alarmed. I didn't break anything major on it, but I did just break a component to the log lift, and it was totally my fault. Let me show you what happened. Basically, the log lift was down. This log right here, this beach round, was on it, and I was raising up the log lift from the opposite side of the machine. I didn't see that there was a bunch of these rounds up against the trajectory of the log lift. So when I went to lift it up, I heard a little pop, and I looked to see what was going on, and nothing, apparently looked like it was wrong. However, upon further inspection, I noticed that the bolt that holds this arm, which basically controls the wheel, which rides up and down on the log lift here, this bolt popped out of the bushing in there. It stripped it. And if you look at the end of the threads right here, it's all stripped out, and I am no longer able to thread this back into that bushing. So without the log lift, we are kind of out of commission here.
So does that mean we gotta go to the lake an hour early?
I guess that means we get to go to the lake an hour early.
It's fine with me. I have a question though.
What's that?
Okay, come over here.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, what's your question?
What's the point of making these doors when you can just keep this part on and then take it off once the wood's in it?
That's exactly what I've been doing. I put the doors on because when the wood is coming off the conveyor up here, without these doors to fill the gap, all the wood just spills out of the tote.
No, I know, but why even take this part off of the tote from the
Oh,
beginning?
why cut it off in the beginning?
Why not do it later?
Well, I do it later in some instances, but like when we go to fill the firewood stand, it's a lot easier to take the wood out of the tote if that section of tote isn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it needs to be off, but I would just take it off after you filled the tote instead of having to make these things.
Well, so I only made 2 of them because I only fill, right now I'm only filling 2 at a time. So it's not like I have to make one of these doors for each and every tote. Once the tote is filled with wood, I take it off and I reuse these grates, because once the wood is in there, it kind of all locks in place like a puzzle, and then you can basically take off the whole grate and none of the wood falls out.
Okay.
It's almost like you haven't watched any of my videos on YouTube, because I've definitely covered that in a video before, Missy.
Hey, there's too many videos. I lose track of time. I got other shows to watch.
That's a really good question, and I think a lot of my viewers understand. But to somebody that is new and hasn't really seen the whole process yet, it's a very valid question. And these grates that I came up with, a lot of people actually really liked the design and how simple they were and easy to both install and take off the totes once they're filled with wood.
Makes sense.
All right, you ready to hit the lake?
Ready.
Well, we tried.
We tried.
Sarah, as you guys can probably tell, is very disappointed that we're not going to get any wood split today.
I actually was looking forward to it. It was going to be my workout for today.
I said to the guys, of all the days you could have picked to do, you picked so far the hottest day of the year. But I'm sorry, guys. I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. I'm going to have to call up the Eastonmade office in the morning and order a new one of those bushings and bolt. That shouldn't be too hard to fix, but you know, lesson learned here. If you have wood piled up against your log lift, don't try to lift up the log lift until you create, you know, enough gap for it to swing freely, because then you could pop out that bolt. I never knew that bolt was so short, but all in all, pretty small, you know, breakdown. We should be up and running in no time at all. So,
is there AC in the excavator?
There is, but that's something, I think I need to recharge the AC system because it blows cold and then it'll blow hot and then it blows cold. So if you guys know what's going on,
always something.
Let me know. More motors, more problems, as we like to say. As always, guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. If you want to see Sarah in more videos, drop a comment down below and let her know. There'll be a little motivation to get her out here, do a little workout.
I will. Now that it's nice out, I will.
Okay, now that it's nice out, she will. So, that's going to be it. For now, I'm Jake.
I'm Sarah.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys here next time.